After Hamas militants' incursion into Israel on October 7th, Israel is expected to conduct a major ground operation in the Gaza Strip. How did Hamas develop? Why is it so influential among Palestinians? And why is Israel's declared goal of destroying Hamas obviously unfeasible? AZfront gives an explanation. Following the incursion of about 1,500 militants from the Gaza Strip into southern Israel, that took place on October 7th and killed more than 1,400 people, injured more than 5,000, and captured more than 250, the Israeli leadership declared war on Hamas. Since October 8th, the Israeli Air Force has been conducting massive strikes on infrastructure and military installations in the Gaza Strip. An unprecedented ground operation is expected to begin in the near future. The goal stated by the Israeli leadership is the destruction of Hamas in the Gaza Strip. It is an unattainable goal. Hamas, which has controlled the Gaza Strip since 2007, was established there in 1987 on the basis of the Islamic organization Al-Jamia al-Islamiyya, formed in 1970. Thus, the movement's activities in the Gaza Strip have lasted for more than half a century. And the armed formations are only a part of the gigantic system created during this time by the Islamist leaders. Hamas constitutes thousands of charitable and religious structures, including control over hundreds of mosques in the Gaza Strip, kindergartens and schools, sports circles, summer youth camps, medical and social institutions. A significant part of the Gaza Strip, namely 2 million inhabitants, have been educated and nurtured by this system. In December 1992, after the capture and murder of an Israeli soldier by Hamas militants, the Israeli authorities had already tried to uproot this phenomenon. Moreover, at that time, Hamas had many times less opportunities and influence there than it does now. The entire Islamist elite of the Gaza Strip of that time, a total of 165 political figures, preachers and teachers, were expelled to Lebanon. On the 15th of January 1993, the first emissaries of Hamas's foreign leadership arrived in Gaza from the United States. Their task was to establish contact with dormant activists and organize a cash flow for a full-scale resumption of activities. Just over 10 years later, on the 23rd of March 2004, the Israeli Chief of General Staff Moshe Ya'alon solemnly announced a crushing blow to Hamas. This was his reaction to the elimination, as it seemed then, of the irreplaceable founder and undisputed leader of Hamas, Sheikh Ahmed Yassin. But in December 2004, January 2005, an unpleasant surprise followed. Hamas unexpectedly won the municipal elections in the Gaza Strip, and in January 2006, everyone was surprised. According to the results of the elections, Hamas won 76 out of 132 seats in the Palestinian parliament, the Gaza Strip, and the West Bank, while the ruling secular organization Fatah won only 43. Moreover, in the Gaza Strip, Hamas won an almost absolute victory, 18 out of 24 parliamentary seats. Once again, everything happened completely unexpectedly. A few weeks before the elections, Israeli military intelligence predicted that Hamas would win 30%, or a maximum of 40% of the vote. The real electoral base of Hamas in the Gaza Strip is evidenced by the results of sociological research conducted by the respected Palestinian Center for Policy and Survey Research. June 2014, 68.4% shared Hamas's vision for the destruction of Israel. December 2018, more than half of the population favored the election of Hamas representative Ismail Haniyeh as the president of the whole of Palestine. June 2022, more than half of the population said that the entire Palestinian people in the Gaza Strip and West Bank should be headed by Hamas. December 2022, 60% were in favor of electing Haniyeh as the president of the whole of Palestine. 57% were in favor of carrying out terrorist attacks on Israeli territory. March 2023. If elections to the Palestinian parliament had been held, 45% would have been ready to vote for Hamas. It is clear from these figures, the real destruction of Hamas in the Gaza Strip is possible only if about half of the population, that is, 1 million people, is wiped out. Therefore, the task, as publicly outlined by the Israeli leadership, is obviously impossible. The Caucasus and Middle East is closer to Europe and US than it seems at first glance. Subscribe and click on the bell in order to be informed of the main events. See you soon.